Hello.
Hello.
Right, there's three of us right now. I'll give it like another minute to see if anybody else shows up, or if we're just gonna have a small class that everybody watches later. Everybody good? Having a good day?
Yes.
Is it nice in Indianapolis too? It's real nice here.
It's a little cloudy here.
Yeah,
Looks like it's gonna rain.
that's too bad. Boo. Is it warm at least?
Yeah, it's warm. I think it's supposed to rain tonight and then tomorrow too. It was nice earlier today though.
Oh, it's 71 here right now. So,
Yeah.
yeah. That's good for up here, up north in Grand Rapids too. Let me wait like, I guess, another minute. So, you guys have anything good going on? Anything fun?
Uh,
Share with class?
hmm, not much.
Welcome. What? You know? All right. Well, hey, this is class two. Again, I have a whiteboard behind me now, but my toy collection is behind me, my museum. Have some fun stuff. I love it. Toys are cool, even for grown-ups, in my opinion. Okay, well, all right, 6:03. Let's do it. Let me minimize. Okay, cool. Do we have how do I put up chat? There we go. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Hey, welcome to class, everybody. This is J360, Managing Online Public Relations. I am Professor Ben. This is October 10th of 2019 after a couple of technical difficulty weeks. We're going to get in our very, very quick, but yet cool, like 180-degree overview on Facebook, Facebook for Business, and Instagram, which both of those are very, very powerful tools, and they're fun. And, I mean, if you like what you're doing and you like PR, you like communications, and you like the digital stuff, I mean, it's cool. I mean, there are jobs out there today, again, just with people that work with Facebook ads, just with people that do social media 100%, and they have a great time doing it. So, Twitter. Has anybody here heard of, either the two of you heard of the Houston Rockets incident on Twitter with China?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 and 1, 50%. Okay, so on Twitter, and this was about a week ago, the general manager, and I had no idea who the general manager of the Houston Rockets was, but he made a comment. He shared a logo about the riots going on in China right now with Hong Kong, and the people are protesting against the Chinese government, and so he tweeted it's like a logo that's like support Hong Kong. It's just something someone's made up. He didn't say anything or anything like that, and he really upset the Chinese government. And so now it has gone as far as the commissioner of the NBA got up and made a statement. He had to make a statement because this man's personal Twitter account. All of the television games for the NBA have been canceled in China, and that's a huge deal because they're like basketball crazy. Okay. But again, you have to think about this. They are a communist government. They're not a free, people. They're a communist government, just like Russia was. So, but still to this day. So, the Houston Rockets have now been banned from the country, the entire organization. And like I guess so it had been 3 or 4 days ago, they were playing a game, a preseason game, or people from their organization, in China. And now they've had to say peace out and had to come back here to America. It's kind of crazy. But the reason I bring it up is you see the power of a tweet. I mean, man, I didn't know at all I don't follow the Houston Rockets. I only follow, I'm not really, I'm a okay basketball fan, but I'm more of a football fan. I know about the Indiana Pacers because they're from my hometown. I know, we have the Pistons, we have the Drive in Grand Rapids, Michigan here, so, and the Drive is a single A team off of the Detroit Pistons. But, just because of who he is, and he's the general manager of a NBA team, he is a public person. And so his views, him doing that, represented the organization and the Chinese view. And now there's all these protests going on. So it's crazy, but that's why we have classes like this, to think about that and to think about, how do we move forward if something like this goes on? Or, maybe we should, as a communication staff, train our people. Maybe they all need it. I mean, in my opinion, in NBA, I would give that to everybody, front office all the way dang down to the players, everyone. Be like, look, you represent, whoever it is, the Indianapolis Colts. Love the Colts. You guys like the Colts? Colts fans?
I just watched the NBA.
Okay. That's cool. Right on. So it's just, that's a lot to think about. Millions of dollars, and sponsors have backed out, and people that were donating money have backed out. And so, what happens now? What happens with that? So it's kind of crazy. Where is it at? Okay. Sorry, I'm clicking around while I'm talking to y'all. Okay, so let's talk Facebook and then Instagram, a little bit about business and paid advertising. And then we're going to talk final web video, what the requirement is, what you all have to do, and that'll be it for class. So we all know about Facebook. We all have a Facebook page. For this class, you are required to do some postings on Facebook itself. Oh, hold on. Technical difficulties. Don't be cool. There it is. All right, cool. My view got messed up, and now we're like in a straight line. It'd be cool. So I'm quirky like that. So we all know Facebook, and doing what we do, okay, if, communications, public relations, marketing, advertising, it all has to do with the digital realm now, 100%. There is the traditional side still, but that just continues to kind of shrink a little bit, unfortunately. I mean, I love, I used to write for a paper 20 years ago. It was awesome in college, and then hold a new paper in your hands, and papers are on the way down. And then more than likely, probably except for the finest of finest papers, they all will go digital, and you'll just access them over a website. But I'm sure there will be a couple that will always, hopefully, in each area print, but we'll see. All right, so Facebook is our king. Facebook is our juggernaut, and they're here to stay. When the advent of Google Plus came along, you guys remember Google Plus? Remember of Google Plus, hearing about that? It was the social media platform of Google, and when it came out, I mean, it essentially kind of was a carbon copy replica of Facebook. And I mean, it really was, with the stream and everything. But the one part that they had, which was cool, they had these things called Google Hangouts, like this, what we're talking to. Oh, there's Stella right there. She's saying hi. She's walking around. And so Google Plus had these Hangout things. And now that actually this class, if you go back on my YouTube page and you look at the videos, that's how this class started. There was no Zoom at the time. I think that was 2012, 2013. And so we used Google Plus. It was kind of fun. And you know how you guys are required to do, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, things like that. They were required back at that point to do Google Plus as well. So students had to have a Google Plus profile. They had to actively use the Google Plus profile just like any other social media. But it's wild how times change. So Facebook was started in 2004. I mean, it's just now 15 years old, and in that, you know, time it's gone from nothing to everything. You guys know at the beginning of Facebook, you had, at first, you could only have Facebook at Harvard. Okay, I don't know if you've seen The Social Network or seen the movie. So when Facebook first started, Mark Zuckerberg was at Harvard. Hey, oh, she's playing with Betty. There's my kitty. Hey, guys, Dad's teaching. Go, scoot, upstairs. Betty, you can stay. All right. I got a herd. Yeah, that's my herd. 2 dogs and a cat. So Facebook was just Harvard Central. And then after that, they opened it up to if you had a .edu email address. Because if you had a .edu email address, it meant that you were in college, okay? Let me show you this. I'm going to pull something up, and I'm going to share my screen. Really, really cool. Share. Why is there a... Share desktop. Oh, doggone it. Okay, I can't share my desktop because I just updated to Catalina on my Mac, like the new OS system, and I have yet to fix and adjust all my settings as needed, and I don't want to waste time doing that in class. But this is, okay, so let me just pull this up. I'm going to run through this real quick because it's really cool. So the first thing was, back in the beginning, Harvard could only sign up. And you guys know who Al Pacino is, the actor? Okay, so he's this really famous actor. He'd been in all types of good stuff. Al Pacino's face was on the first front page of Facebook. Okay, his face literally was. That's why I wanted to do this. I think I might be able to take like a screenshot or something. Oh, no, here it is. I'm going to copy the article. I'm going to put it in a message for you all. Okay, there we go. It's a Business Insider link, and you can see it. And Facebook was not called Facebook. It was called the Facebook. Kind of like the Ohio State University and stuff. It's like, okay, whatever. Also, okay, you could see in your profile, because you had .edu, you could see where your friends were from other schools that would list them. And you could put one picture, that was it. My little brother, seriously, I remember he had one of these. He was at a small school called Anderson University there in Indiana, a little bit north of Indianapolis. And then you had like a whole column of just info. You guys seeing this article here? It's wild. It's wild. And for some reason, they don't have the bottom one, the early look at Mark Zuckerberg's page. But it's interesting. 15 years, look at where we're at. Stella. All right. So Facebook's cool. Facebook's big. They're rocking it out. So between you guys, have either of the two of you ever done a business page or a like button page?
I manage a few business pages, like.
Yeah, same.
What do you manage? Can I ask? Yeah, both of you.
Yeah. So I work for the city of Fishers, so I do like the main Fishers like Facebook page and then the farmers market page. We have like a page for like our concert venue, the Nickel Plate District Amphitheater, and then we have a Fishers Parks and Rec page, and then I sometimes look at the fire department page, but not as much as the other ones.
Wow, that's a lot. Okay. Hey, what about you, Tiffany?
Yeah, so I worked with the Chamber of Commerce in my hometown, and so I managed like their entire web page and their Facebook page, posting everything on there.
Cool. So you guys are familiar with business pages. You know that there are completely different functionalities for business pages, and kind of depending on what you're using said business page for, because like there's a real commerce-y one that you can sell items from. There's a nonprofit. I used to run one for Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital in Grand Rapids, which is a healthcare, one. There's even like a manufacturing. I mean, there are all types of ways that you can personalize this now and have different types of tabs and features and ways that people can get in touch with you on all the different devices, from web, the web desktop to mobile to even tablet, because, now the functionalities are all different. So it's kind of wild now when you think about it. So have either the two of you then used any type of business services with Facebook, done any type of, number one, like boosting a post, or number two, like doing ads that you can see on the right-hand column, or like doing stuff on Instagram? Either of you ever use money on it?
We have a marketing person at work, and sometimes she'll like show me how to do it, but I've like never done it personally, but she like explains the process to me.
Okay, cool. So you do the page, but she's doing the post boost and things like that.
Yeah.
Cool. So do you guys like boost just posts? Do you guys do actual advertising? Do you do stuff on Instagram? Do you know that?
Yeah, so we have concerts like during the summer, and I know we boost a lot of those and promote those, and then we have like a lot of events that we do like almost every weekend for our partner team, and I know we do a lot of ads.
That's cool. That is. So you guys are obviously spending a lot. I don't know what your budget is, but you're spending a considerable amount on doing these things. And it's, Tiffany, do you have any that you've done?
I haven't done it myself, but my boss would occasionally boost like event posts more than anything else.
Yeah, cool. All right. So there's so much you can do with it. And here's the thing, and this is what sucks about it. All right. If you don't use some type of fundage in your Facebook efforts, okay, you're really not going to reach hardly anybody. I mean, number one, you have to build your audience, and it's hard to reach anyone if you have anything under 1,000 followers, okay? And then when you have 1,000 followers and above, like true organicness, unless you have something that's going viral, getting lots of shares, lots of clicks, lots of comments, stuff like that, and then the Facebook spiders, just like the spiders with Google and everything, that algorithm is saying, oh, this is cool, and giving you that organic boost. I mean, seriously, you could have 35,000 people on your page, and true organically, you could reach like maybe 3,000, and 3,000 is good, like 1 to 3,000 organically, which is like, let's say, an everyday blog post or something like that, or a link you share from your website. And let's say if you share YouTube videos on Facebook, they dog those now down too. They used to not, because Facebook has an incredibly robust video platform that you can use, effects, you can use video music, you can use stuff like that. So, they're trying to make the experience better, but are they really? I don't know. But, the issue is, and the problem at hand is, that's where Facebook has you. The infancy period of social media is over, just like it was with like radio and television and stuff like that, and even, excuse me, even like the internet. And now, you can think of social media as about 15, 20 years oldish. And so, you're really looking at, kind of like an adolescent. And I mean, just like every other medium, which was free and this and that before, everybody figured out how to monetize it, and they're going with it. But here's the thing, even if you're not getting a ton of clicks, and even if you don't have a ton of people, if you get it going, again, Facebook is one of those necessary evils for kind of anything that you're doing today. And I really didn't think it would happen like that, especially when Google Plus, I honestly, it was one of the biggest fails I've ever done. I thought Google Plus was going to take down Facebook. I was like, oh, no way, man. This is Google. They're going to do it. They're going to give the 1-2 punch. And after, oh, somebody needs in. And then after they do that, Google was like, oh, peace out, Facebook. But that did not happen at all. And it was kind of unfortunate that it didn't happen at all like that. So, hey, welcome to class. Peace and love. You're driving. Please be safe. All right, thank you. All right, so it's 6:21. So essentially, too, when you use Facebook and you advertise on Facebook, they make this so easy now because about 10 years later, Facebook acquired Instagram for like $3 billion from these three, I think it was three guys that made Instagram. And it was wild and crazy, and they didn't even have any video or any of the features it had now, you know. So Facebook acquires Instagram. They hit this button, and you can put, you know, run ad on Instagram, and it'll be right there in your Instagram feed. I mean, they're so interconnected now and weaved in. So that's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing, you know, because you don't want to use the same message, you know, with different demographics. I use that sometimes, but I don't use that constantly. I know people that every time they do an ad, they're hitting an ad on Facebook and an ad on Instagram, and it's like, well, wait a minute. What if you have the same followers following you on both? They're going to get, you know, ad burnout in this and that, and they're going to say, peace out. They're not going to click on your page for like a week, and then Facebook or Instagram and all their crazy bots won't ever let your business page show up again in their newsfeed unless they actually go to it. And so that's how crazy this stuff is. And so people ask me, they're like, what do you do in social media? Now for at least a decade, that's what I've been doing. And it kind of became that thing. You know, I started off as a news writer. And so, you know, people are like, oh, I can post on Facebook. Why do we have to pay you to do that or this or that? There's a true art form today. It is a true marketing communication tactic, you know, learning timing, learning your demographic, learning your voice. There is a lot that goes into all of this, and you have to take it all into consideration. You know, and you got to do metrics too, and that's the other thing that I want to talk about here before I'm going to move on and talk about, you know, the final web video. Man, there are a lot of people that do social media, and then they're like, oh, you're like, hey, have you ever, you know, done the metrics, or have you ever like looked, you know, how are your followers, or what's your best time to post, or what are your sweet spots? And they're like, no, those people are posers. 100%. Okay, seriously, a lot of people do that too. I've caught agencies. Like there was an agency that I was talking with a few years ago, and I'm like asking them about all these fun things and like the new features on Facebook, and you know, and like, you know, doing like some really cool ad testing, and they had no idea what I was talking about. I'm like, peace out, man. There's no way in heck I'm going to use you guys. So, and there are people out there now that just do that. I know a firm in Grand Rapids. I know a couple in Indianapolis. That's all they do. They don't write content. Some of them, you know, do write content and do that. But, you know, I know a few that don't write content at all. You give them all your content, and they can put it on, and they can make it work. And then they can do your Google ads. They can do your Google ad campaigns. I mean, it's wild how all these jobs are coming out of this. Okay. So in the clouds, 180-degree overview. I've told people this, and I'm serious. Like, I think that there should be an entire semester class focused just on Facebook, Instagram, you know, Twitter, LinkedIn, just like your core four, something like that. And, you know, probably YouTube too, and talking about web videos like we do in this class. So let's talk web videos. So for your final, you know, I'm never going to throw you guys, you know, like a multiple choice or write fill-in test or something like that, okay? That's just not what we do. We are creative people. That's why we're taking this class, and we're creative people knowing and understanding that we need to do what we do in the digital realm. It's really cool, man, all the different avenues that you can use to have fun and be creative and do different things. It's awesome. So that's why your final is a web video. So a lot of you didn't know this too, but like your assignment that was due today, or not due today, but due this week, sorry, which is your book report, that's like pretty much your midterm. And I hope you've had fun reading the books, because or listening to the books, as a few people have tweeted that they've done on Audible, which is completely fine too. You know, the information is amazing. Brian Solis, Mark Schaefer, Doug Carr, you know, those guys, Kyle Lacey, you know, some of those authors in there, they are the top of their games. And if you don't follow them on Twitter or even like their business pages on Facebook, I would highly suggest doing that too. Okay, so that's a little background on your book report. So here it is, man. And we talked about this. I showed this the first class, that 80% more people are likely to watch something now than read. What the heck? What the heck? In 20 years, we've gone from a reading society to a digital society. But we still read, but we don't read as much, okay? And we read more in blurbs. We don't read long form, you know? We don't read books as much as we used to. Comic books, even comic books have had less text and more visual representation, you know, for that brainstorming to happen. So, point 2, 50% of all social media usage are people 40 or 35 and under, and they're all active on social media. Okay, you know, that's the very end of your Gen X going to your millennials and stuff like that. I kind of fall in that category, being born in '77, so I'm right at the end of Gen X. I mean, I literally remember watching those first Apple commercials. It was wild as a kid on my, you know, non-digital television, which turned a knob and stuff. And my dad would make me get up as a kid and be like, "Hey, Benji, go turn the channel." And that's how that worked back then. It's kind of crazy, like pre-remote and stuff. So we're going to do a web video. Your web video is awesome. It's fun. I've actually had, as long as this is 7th year I've been teaching this class, and I've always had this as the final for this class. And I teach a version of this class for graduate school. You know, the graduate school, you know, anything just like, you know, undergrads that has to deal with communications, PR, marketing, and they actually have to do 2 web videos. They have to do a web video for their midterm and a web video for their final. So it's cool, it's fun, and they're really, really effective, okay? So here are your requirements, and I'll put this on Canvas. You can write these down too, but the video itself has to be between 2:30 and 3:30, and this is in your syllabus. You have to have 4 main requirements to this video, okay? An opener title screen, some type of a full screen graphic or animation, some type of music, intro music, music in the background, you know, whatever, and then some type of end roll or final, you know, like, you know, end screen, okay? And, you know, that's that. Your topics, again, have already been chosen. We've talked about these. There's some type of communications, PR, marketing, social media, you know, something like that. And you're ready to go. So by this point, just like anything, if you're writing a paper, make an outline, okay? Think about it. Make an outline of your, what you think you want to say and you want to accomplish on your video. Take that outline and then try to work in maybe some timing. Even when you get into that and you do an outline, I got to think about, is my video going to be an interview? Is my video going to be me talking into my phone and, like, you know, recording my voice and then just doing voiceover stuff? I mean, it's up to you how you want to structure your video. I've had people do a mix of both before, which is really cool, you know, it's fun. And that's where you have to go. So also, okay, so this is how you do this. If you're on a Windows base or a PC or a Droid, okay, there is Windows Video Maker. It's a free software you can download, works with any PC, Android, you know, open-based system like that. And if you're Apple-based, which a lot of people are now too, just use iMovie. Okay, so these 2 softwares are free. You can download both of them. If you're, but here's my suggestion too with actually editing this. You can do it on your phone both ways, but you get so many more options, and it's a million times easier to edit a video on a desktop or laptop, okay, and using a mouse or some type of, you know, moving device like that, okay. So that's just you know, some word of advice, because I had some students, you know, that were late about a year ago because they were trying to do it on their phone, and I was like, I told you not to do it on your phone. But other thing I want to tell you is, again, this isn't like a paper, so you can't wait till the night before and be like, oh crap, man, I have 24 hours and I have to turn in this, you know, this video or this paper, and I can write it, you know, I can write a 10-page paper, you know, a couple pages an hour, 1 page an hour. This is not like that. You need to start working on this now. You need to start getting your video footage. You need to start thinking about the core of your video. Reach out to me, send me an email, send me a tweet, send me a DM. If you're like, hey, you know, can you help me kind of figure out a base to this? All right, get your video stuff down. And here's a very big word of caution. You can always have too much video, and I completely suggest that, but don't skimp on your video and not have enough, okay? So that's a big thing. Number two, the other thing is think about lighting. These are the biggest things that are going to make or break your video, especially if you're doing them live or interview style. Think about your lighting, okay? So honestly, look at this. Let me see. Okay, and then, so I have 2 lights strategically placed on me. So there's the right, and then there's the left. Difference between the two, all right? I think lighting, if you have a window, do not shoot in front of a window. Just like taking pictures, they're going to be too backlit, and they're going to be washed out, and they're going to look dark. So never do an interview right in front of like a big window or like, you know, a lobby of something. You need to do it in front of a wall, hopefully in a, you know, enclosed area, closed space like an office. That way that will give you the best audio too. All right. So, hey, there you go. It's fun. It's awesome. I cannot wait, man. I love watching everyone's videos and sending, you know, and grading those and sending them back, you know, every year. Cause I mean, it's just awesome. You know, to see the range. If you want to look at what some other students have done, search hashtag J360 or JSpace360 in YouTube, and you'll find a ton of them. The other one is J560. You can search that too. That's the graduate school, and that's their call letters, and you'll see some stuff as well. So it's pretty awesome. So that's all I have for you. I appreciate it. Oh, and this other thing too, I want to tell you about. Please make sure that you're keeping your social media posts up. This is for the entire class. You know, again, I have these set up in Hootsuite, and I just see exactly how many posts you have every week, and I just write the number down. There's a lot more to do besides Twitter, all right? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. And remember, every post you have to have that hashtag J360, all right? Don't let, if you mess up on your social post, I mean, that could bring you down a letter grade easy, possibly 2 letter grades, okay? So if you need help scheduling them or something like that, let me know. But thank you. And here, I want to, like, real quick, can we take a class selfie? It's been a while. Yeah, it's cool. And I'll post it with J360 for sure. It's awesome. All right, there we go. All right, everybody, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Thanks. Woo! All right, hey, peace and love. Thank you all for the 3 of you for being here with me live. Everybody else hopefully is going to watch this on YouTube. So rock and roll, have fun, go Jags, go Hoosiers. Have a good night, everybody. See you later. Bye.